Good morning from Texas, Geeks and Gamers. Welcome in to the single most important show at this time on this day on this channel with these two hosts on these two topics. And we have none other than the most positive man on the internet, Ryan from RK Outpost.
That's right. Here I am. I'm in Texas as well, not in the same place as Jeremy, but we're both in the San Antonio area. I'm like, I could probably throw a baseball and hit the Alamo from here. That's where I'm staying. So, which is pretty cool. That's the first time I ever saw it, and I'll always remember it, which is I'm told that's what you're supposed to do. Somebody said that a long time ago. So I'm excited. We got the meetup tomorrow.
That's right. The meetup is tomorrow. I'm somewhere Ryan's never going to be. I'm literally standing at the gates of heaven. It's what it looks like with all this light. So Ryan's never going to be anywhere near here.
We got the opposite kind of light going on right now.
I know.
Mine, it's better now that I get some natural light in from the hotel window. The problem is there's this fucking big, like, fluorescent ass light. I don't really have any other option because if I turn it off, it's like that, which I guess isn't actually too bad.
Actually not bad. That's probably better.
Here's another light here.
Yeah, that's good. Gives you a little color. That's
not too bad, actually. Yeah. My hair doesn't look like I'm fucking a redhead. Like when this is on, my hair looks super like redheaded.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
But I blame the light on that. This is normal. Here we go. That's better.
That's actually better. That's better.
Look more clear and crisp.
And I am seeing that a lot of you are getting your IDOT shirts and your 199 hats and your SpaceCon shirts. So I'm really happy about that. I'm going to be coughing probably a lot because I've been streaming a lot. So, Ryan, I'll let you talk for a second.
Okay. Jeremy's coughing a lot. That's what happens when you constantly shove things down your throat. So it's just part of the deal, right?
That's what happens. That was a good save there, Ryan. Of course, there's always somebody to take a shot at somebody here on the Geeks and Gamers stream. I've been streaming a lot, okay? And streaming is hard. And I'm thinking about firing everybody. And a graphics card died, and I'm mad, so I'm going to shut down the whole operation. So,
yeah, I mean, I can't say I listened to Tim Pool's whole stream, but his fucking clickbait worked because for the first time in a while, I clicked on it.
Bro, he made $6,000 in super chats last night.
It was exactly what I expected. It was basically him just like having a upset about something and probably actually more than anything just trying to send a message to the people that work for him that he's tired of their shit, and I'm sure everything's going to be perfectly fine going forward. That's the way I feel about the entire thing.
It's so weird he wasted Dave Landau on an episode of like just bitching for 2 hours, dude.
It was so funny. Weird. It was like Dave was correct. He's like, you know, I've been through this before. I feel like I'm perfectly experienced to be on when a show falls apart. You know, I've got some experience in that.
The best part was when Dave asked him if he was on the spectrum. Did you hear that part?
No.
He asked him if he was on the spectrum. It was like, I don't think so. I was like, holy shit. Oh, man. But it was good. And we had a good Cobra cast out of it. So that's all that matters. But yes, tomorrow is the meetup here in San Antonio. Can't wait to see all of you. I don't know if there's any RSVP spots available. I know Friday Night Tights last Friday, there was only about 50 spots available. So Eric, K, Jessica, I don't know if you guys have links to those and if there are any spots available, but even if there's not spots available, I think we'll probably have like backup spots that we always have for reserve. So you guys go over there if you're interested.
Well, even if there's not, like, this place is massive, right? We're renting out a part of it. But even if there's not, you'll probably just have to pay whatever the cover charge is for the bar, like to get in. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So, and there it is. Jessica has the link right there and then the chat. So thank you, Jessica. And again, thank you to everybody that's tagging me on Twitter and sending me, you know, it was a little close with the hurricane, with the shipping on all of the merchandise, but it looks like everybody's getting their merch in and it looks really freaking good. By the way, all the stuff that you guys are getting. So I am happy to see that. We got John Ambler with 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, John. Always dropping gifted memberships around these parts. Appreciate that. Delta Entertainment, formerly Linko Kenobi for 10, says, what's up, guys? I'm so happy I got my IDOT merch and can't wait to represent our community. Hail the 199. See you all in San Antonio. Hail. That's awesome, man. Let's see. John Ambler says, won't make the meetup. I'll be driving out of Houston after work Thursday, but I'll look forward to meeting y'all at SpaceCon. Hell yeah, man. It's going to be awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Happy you're going to be there. And looking forward to hanging out with you as well. Ryan, what are we talking about today?
We got Zachary Levi's, talk a little more after his support of Trump got him a lot of backlash in the Hollywood space. He's talking a little bit more about that. Mark Hamill can't even not talk about Trump for one single post when he's trying to wish happy birthday to his late friend, Carrie Fisher. He still has to bring up Trump. So we're going to talk about his retarded ass. But I know you guys talked about this yesterday, but that DC comic with what people are alleging is you. Do you think that that's supposed to be you?
I don't know if it's supposed to be me per se. I think I might be one of the several, clickbait rage farmer alt-right YouTubers that they had in mind. Just a guy with a hat, like you could kind of say that's a mixture of like me, the Quartering, and several other people.
I think it's definitely supposed to represent this space.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that's what it's supposed to represent. I don't know if that guy was specifically you or not. One, you had eyebrows, right? So like that kind of threw it off. What I personally thought is they just came up with what they felt was the best representation of like bigot, white supremacist, like Alabama person. And they just happened to come up with you with eyebrows. Like I just think it was happenstance. Right? That's kind of what I think. But it's meant to represent the space in general. And that's like going back to the entire like rewriting Ripley thing about look at how these people that don't like Star Wars lead you to these toxic groups. It's that entire thing over again. It's so funny.
Yeah, and for those that don't know what we're talking about, the first time I saw it, John Delarose tweeted this and tagged me, and looks like DC Comics made D-Day Cobra into a villain. They make him sound pretty badass, to be honest. I hope he crushes the Blue Beetle. And on here, my screen is a little small, but it says, unlike the mainstream media, we don't wear makeup. We don't spread lies. We don't have a bias. We believe in the truth. The left tries to tell us that that multiculturalism is the answer to all of society's problems.
And that's kind of what I mean. It's like the makeup line and the multiculturalism line. I don't know how often you've ever talked about that, Jeremy.
Jeremy
has often brought up multiculturalism, how it's never worked ever in society. And he points to what's happening in the UK right now, all through Europe, bringing in these other cultures. Like Jeremy is all about that. Those are his talking points. Absolutely. So
yeah, I haven't brought up specifically multiculturalism, especially in detail, but I guess you could take overarching things I say and kind of say like that's what he's talking about. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I appreciate if this is meant to be me, I will 100% sign copies of this comic. I will take pictures with people. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. So I appreciate it if I was the inspiration. It's just unbelievable. They did something with Ripa, a couple months ago. A guy that was that looked like Ripa, and yeah, man. So that's the latest on that one. But we did upload a video talking about it yesterday on Geeks Gamers 2. That was a clip from this channel, and it's just funny. And this is why they are so out of touch with reality and why people don't support these comics and they're not interested. The mainstream comics industry is absolutely dead. And nonsense like this is why no one's actually buying their shit. And if their hope was to kind of I guess this is the way to get attention because now they've got us talking about it. That's fine. It's not really going to translate to any sales or anything like that. What the fuck is Geeks and Gamers 2? Geeks and Gamers 2 is Geeks and Gamers 2 is just a second channel where we basically upload topical clips from our live streams.
Yeah.
And the channel's doing really well. So make sure you go over there.
We should simplify this for everyone. Geeks and Gamers 2 used to be called Geeks and Gamers Clips, but we changed the name of it to Geeks and Gamers 2, and we changed the name of our other Geeks and Gamers Life channel to Geeks and Gamers Clips. So I hope that's not confusing at all.
Well, no, and to simplify it even more, Geeks and Gamers Clips, which is now Geeks and Gamers 2, used to be Geeks and Gamers Live.
Yeah.
But then we changed it from Geeks and Gamers Live over to Geeks and Gamers Clips.
Yeah.
And then I'm not bullshitting. Like, that's exactly what
this is real. We're not making it up. This is actually true story. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Welcome to Geeks and Gamers, I guess.
Well, it's funny because I feel like 3 years ago when we were making up some of these names, somebody suggested Geeks and Gamers 2. and you were like, no, that'd be dumb. No, here we are.
Man. Here we are. It always works out that way. But yeah, I see we've got a great crowd. We had a great crowd yesterday as well for Geeks Gamers Daily. Man, insane. RIP Gaming with Geeks. Yeah, that's Geeks and Gamers Play now. Yeah. Jesus.
Geeks and Gamers Play Games is going to be the next title of that.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Tim Pool's right. Just shut the whole fucking thing down. Anytime a graphics card breaks, it's over. So
it's true. Studios fried.
That's right, dude. I had there, like most people, obviously, on the comment section. Like, I titled my Cobra Cast yesterday, like Cobra Cast destroys Tim Cast. We won, and people are just like, "You don't have the power to destroy Tim Cast." I'm like, I know. The dude had like 70,000 fucking people watching him yesterday. And then I said, like, I am a literal retard. I'm sitting at Airbnb with just a couple of screens and a roadcaster. Like, Tim could do that and have 25,000 people watching him. He could literally just sit there, what I'm doing, and have 25,000 people watching him. He's got a really easy gig.
Max Falconridge, speaking of, for 279, looks like a low-quality YouTube stream. Gay figs.
Sounds about right.
Chinese Beardo. Hello, Ryan. Hello. Emperor Billy Ritchie for 5. Your thoughts on Review Tech USA deleting his channel, especially after going after Melanie Mack?
He's going after everybody.
I'm going to be real. I don't care. Like, I don't care about what Rich from Review Tech USA is up to in 2024. Even like as a lol cow, I wasn't interested in him as much as I'm interested in like some of these other random stories that are shit shows out there. My guess is that he'll be back at some point. So whatever.
The question is, can you reinstall your channel after deleting it? Or do you have to contact YouTube to help you?
Well, he just deactivated it, right?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, look, Rich has been irrelevant for a long time. I used to watch Review Tech USA back in the day. I used to watch him all the time. He's absolutely irrelevant. So yeah, listen, it's more content for Keemstar, which is always a good thing. So the Locale podcast will have plenty of content. That's about the biggest positive that Rich offers right now.
McManager for 2. My name is Jeremy, a homosexual. You look good there, Jeremy. I got to be honest. You look like you belong there. The Exalted Patriarch, 17 months. Hail, a toast to the 199. Swig of water. I have Aquafina from my hotel. Me. Member for 11 months. Jeremy freshly shaved his eyebrows. Gay. Stephen De Leon, Notre Dame rules. Fuck you, Ryan. Hashtag shout out West Texas. Notre Dame's a bunch of fucking losers, and it's really hilarious that they've got 2 academy schools scheduled that are both ranked. So their usual walkover games for Navy and Air Force won't be walkover games for them this year. And I hope they lose to both of them because fuck Notre Dame.
College football sucks in general, dude. It just sucks. It's awful.
Well, as an Alabama fan, I imagine you think that way.
No, name the dominant team in college football right now.
Why do you think that there needs to be a dominant team in college football for it to be good?
There's always been 3 or 4 like standout teams. Right now, it's so depleted because of the transfer portal and NIL that now it's just a fucking mess. There's no personality.
It's really strange. Like the first thing you go to is there's not a dominant team, so college football sucks. Like I think that a lot of college football fans are totally down for not just the same thing over and over again and more parity in general.
Okay.
Do
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Okay. Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, let's make sure we have more fucking equality, Ryan. Yeah, let's make sure everybody has a fucking chance. How about the best
Again,
survive and don't change the fucking rules so
again,
everybody has a fucking chance?
Again, that's not what I'm saying, but I think that fans are going to be interested in not seeing the same 3 or 4 things over and over and over again in the top 4 college football playoff. You got the 12-team playoff. You're going to have some teams that are now in these different divisions and conferences. The idea that just because there's not 2 or 3 teams that are heads like a head above the rest, that immediately that college football sucks this year. I don't think that that's the case. I'm more interested to see what the shakeup is going to be.
Yeah. Let's get the people that aren't interested in it more interested. Yeah, that's the definition of a failed fucking business model.
It's so
Let's go
weird
after
that
the
you
people
can't.
that
It's
never
so
cared
strange
about
that
it.
you can't actually like address what I said. I said college football fans might be more interested.
No,
I
they
didn't
won't.
say people that aren't
No,
college
they
football
won't.
fans.
No, they
I
won't.
said college football fans, but
No,
you
they
can't
won't.
actually like address what I
No,
said.
they
And
won't.
that's
I'm
fine.
telling you right now, when you're trying to get historically colleges and areas that have never cared about college football more interested in college football, you know what you're going to have? You're going to have a failed business model. That's what you're going to have. You literally have pro football right now. All these guys are getting paid. They don't care. They have more power than the coaches now. They can go wherever they want to fucking go. There's no personality whatsoever. It's basically a modern day McDonald's now. No personality, no identity. And at the end of the day, the people that have always cared about it aren't going to care about it anymore. That's what we have.
Jeremy is very upset that Alabama's not good this year. John Ambler for 5. They got the lighting wrong. It should be pink.
Huh?
Jason
Last
Yankovic
night.
for 5. I think DC is trying to make him sound crazy and racist, but he really is saying the truth and making a lot of sense. Thank you, Jason. Golden Nuggets, DC Comics. That's Jerry Magoo from Geeks and Games, or from Gamers and Games. Bruce Flash, shout out to Jeremy for putting Timcast out of business. You did it, Jeremy.
Hey,
you're done.
It wasn't easy, but somebody had to do it.
NASA Canes fan for 10. Mark Hamill is a cautionary tale of never seen Hollywood opinions.
Oh, yeah. We're going
to I guess we can start off with that.
Let's do it.
God, this guy's such a fucking loser.
Dude, he makes it worse. Like, just when you think Mark Hamill has shown us how fucked up he is, he takes it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, let's get into this, because yesterday it was the late Carrie Fisher's birthday. And of course, we all know the story. Almost 8 years ago, even before the release of The Last Jedi, Carrie Fisher passes away at the age of 60. We all know the story that Carrie Fisher struggled with addiction, things like that in her life. Very sad for her to die so young. But Billie Lourd, her daughter, went out and shared like an emotional message about her mother and what she meant to her and all this stuff. Mark Hamill also had something to say. And instead of saying, I don't know, nice things about your dead friend, Carrie Fisher, instead he uses the opportunity to talk shit about Trump. Somehow, some way, Mark Hamill had to make the dead Carrie Fisher's birthday about Donald Trump.
Absolutely insane.
For Carrie, birthday cake, and a little picture of them at a Comic-Con. And for those wondering how she would vote in this election, nobody was wondering that. Nobody cares. And quite frankly, since she's dead, everyone would assume she's voting Democrat anyway. But nobody was asking this question about who would Carrie Fisher support, because one, everybody probably knew already, and two, it has nothing to do with this. One of the last of many arguments we had was who hated the orange atrocity more. After half an hour, we had to agree to disagree. What a psychopath. What a lunatic to use your dead friend's birthday to show how deranged you are about Donald Trump.
Yeah, man. I've said for a long time, this guy is, he is just, so many people have tried to believe that Mark Hamill was a good guy because he meant so much to, or Luke Skywalker meant so much to so many of us growing up. But the truth is he might be the single worst Hollywood celebrity. Number one, he's not even a real celebrity. He's not a real movie star. But obviously he's elevated by the idea that he was Luke Skywalker. But he has no star power outside of like within the Star Wars universe. Yes, I know he has the Joker role, but that's not real star power. So he's not really a movie star at all. He's paid by the Democratic Party. And he can't have just a logical, normal, rational conversation without bringing Donald Trump up. And this has been the problem with him for a long time. This might be the most insane thing he's done at this point in time. Like, this takes it to a whole different level, which says a lot for somebody like Mark Hamill.
Yeah, you can't just say, like, for Carrie, happy birthday, I'll always miss you, and maybe some memory of something, you know, related to you guys together that doesn't involve something highly politically divisive. But that's all Mark Hamill's thinking about all of the time, and it's just wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, Carrie Fisher would have been 68 yesterday.
And we're gonna see, we're gonna continue to see stuff like this over the next 2 weeks as we move towards election day. And you know, Donald Trump right now, and I wouldn't take any of this at face value, but right now, Donald Trump, with all of the polls and the betting markets and the momentum, it seems like that this is moving in a really positive direction if you're a Trump supporter. But I would say don't actually believe in any of that hype at all. Just, you know, vote for who you want to vote for. I'm not going to be as direct about my politics here on this channel as I will be on CobraCast, but obviously everybody knows where I stand. But the point being is that as that momentum and that idea that Trump is winning with the perception, you're going to see more and more meltdowns from these Hollywood weirdos just like this. And I got a feeling this might not be the dumbest thing Mark Hamill says over the next, you know, 14 to 17 days. This might not be. This might be one of the most low-key things he says, because this guy is absolutely out of his fucking mind.
Yeah. It's he is deranged, like, truly.
Yeah. Like, he's this poster child for Trump derangement syndrome. Like, he is.
I can't wish my dead friend a happy birthday without bringing up Donald Trump.
That's insane, dude.
That's not a joke. That's not an exaggeration. That's not hyperbole. I can't wish my dead friend happy birthday without talking about Donald Trump.
Like, I wonder how much he thinks about Trump in his own private time. Like, he's probably always focused on Trump. He's probably a bigger fan of Trump than me in terms of, like, the fact that he just thinks about him all the fucking time. Like, holy shit, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
healthy.
this meme. It's like this meme from a couple months ago. Like, that is Mark Hamill. Like, that's who he is.
Yes. Holy crap. So yeah, Mark Hamill continuing to show that he is truly not the guy that everybody believed he was when we all looked at Luke Skywalker as a hero, and Luke Skywalker could still be your hero.
Spoiler alert, yeah, he's an actor. He's not actually Luke Skywalker.
Right. Exactly. But a lot of people, I don't even think it's not even an opinion. I mean, it's just obvious that a lot of people have really looked up to Mark Hamill with the idea that, man, he meant so much to my childhood as an actor. And the reality of it is he hates your guts if you disagree with his political opinion. He despises you. He wants nothing good for you if you disagree with him. And if you agree with him, you're only as good as that opinion you agree with for a short period of time. And if you dare to change that opinion, then you turn out to be just like everyone else, and he hates your guts. So welcome to Hollywood.
All right, let's scroll back up here, cancel out some of these ones we've already talked about. John Ambler, is this another 10?
It might be, John.
I think it's another 10 from John Ambler.
He likes to drop those gifties.
John,
we're going to see him this weekend at SpaceCon.
There you go, with the Punisher logo. Tobias is here. I missed it yesterday. If Jeremy showed the pictures I sent him from when I visited Pearl Harbor, but I recommend the Disney exhibit while it's there to see when Disney gave a damn about this country.
No, I didn't. I did see you sent me those, though. I'm actually pulling it up now. Let's see. There we go.
I went to the Alamo yesterday, Jeremy.
Did you? How was it? I hear like the River Walk is supposed to be something you're supposed to go to here.
Yeah, I was down there a little bit yesterday. I don't know.
Is it any good? Like, what is it?
It's this little tiny fucking winding walk along this river, and there's a bunch of stores and restaurants and shit on the side. It gets all lit up at night.
That's all it is.
It's something that probably females would like love to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's like, oh, okay. Maybe I'll fucking go down there and live stream the river walk later, because it's literally 5 minutes away from me. So
we should go to Waco.
How far is that away?
What was it, like an hour maybe?
I ain't doing that. Fuck that. That's
cool.
too long.
Cool.
I'm good. I can see the Alamo, right? They light it all up. There's a lot of construction, though. That is one thing. They're completely redoing the entire area surrounding Alamo Park. There's a fuck ton of construction around there right now, which sucks. Just
yeah,
an eyesore, you know.
I'll probably save these pictures, Tobias, for like another one that's more topical. But yeah, I did get the pictures you sent me, so we got it.
Jesus for 2. Geeks and Gamers 720. Geeks and Gamers 360. How about Geeks and Gamers 365?
Hey,
that's a good one.
That is a good one. All right, I can do that.
CD Stein for 199. When are you starting Geeks and Gamers page?
I mean, I will name it whatever will help make me money. So,
the latest Penguin episode was fire. I haven't watched it. I'll probably watch it today. I got my Amazon Fire Stick to plug into my TV. That's how I hotel travel, like a pampered princess. Thoughts on narrow boating with Nigel for 5. All joking aside, the G&G Breakfast Show, largely down to Ryan, is the most balanced of all shows within the Fellowship. Seriously, more Jay, please.
Yeah, we like Jay occasionally.
Who's Jay?
It's just big celebrity.
John Getz.
Somebody commented on my Tim Pool stream yesterday, and they were like, Jeremy, you need to understand that you are not on Tim's level. What have you done? He interviewed the sitting front runner for president of the United States. What have you done? And I just commented. I said, I know drunk 3PO. I win. And he deleted his comment.
He deleted it?
He deleted it.
God, that's pathetic. John Getz for 2 says, we are Penn State. PSU's dominant, baby, for now. Yeah, I mean, it's shaping up to look, if things hold, it's going to be Penn State and Oregon. What a fucking wild. If that's like the Big Ten title game, fucking Penn State and Oregon. How crazy. John Ambler, you two get a room already. And Kith.
The Mike Tyson meme.
Kith. I thought it was Dave Filoni for a second. Lord Botha. People don't tune into sports for parity. People want to see dynasties. That would have been a great argument. Ratings are always better when the Cowboys, Lakers, and Bama are good.
It's always been the argument. That's why I'm not even a Cowboys fan. And I say football's better when the Cowboys are relevant. I've always wanted the Knicks to be relevant, even though they haven't been relevant since like the fucking 90s. When your powerhouses, when your historic powerhouses are relevant, the sport is always better. It's always been like that.
Andre CR for 5,000. Bama sucks in 2024. Jeremiah, no one cares about college football anymore.
But it's not about Bama. When Bama sucked, college football was still good. Like when USC was dominating, you know, when Miami was dominating, like college football was good because we had identifiable teams. Now you have nothing but a bunch of fucking young people that are making millions of dollars that have all the power, and the coaching staff and the leadership at the universities have no power whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm interested in Texas. Obviously, Georgia beat the shit out of them. I think it would have been great for college football if Texas is relevant again. Oregon being the number 1 team in the country. Obviously, as soon as you beat the Purdue Boilermakers, you deserve to be the number 1 team in the country. So well deserved for the Oregon Ducks. I don't know how that's going to hold out the rest of the season, though. I, for one, am having a great time watching my 4-3 UConn Huskies play other mediocre teams. No joke. Jason Yankovic, Jeremy likes the college football binge model. Pre-dawn corpse for 666 slow-mo Beardo fall. What is this Beardo fall thing I've been hearing about?
I don't have a timestamp on that, but if somebody, I bet somebody timestamped it last night. Let me go see if I can find it.
You fall out of a chair or something?
No, he fell last night during Cobra Cast because he's a retard. Let me see if I can find it.
Over on Rumble, Vault 95 Survivor for $1. They always Tim always wanted to become Joe Rogan, but he turned into Sean Hannity instead. General Duality for $1. Hail, I can't make it to the meetup in San Antonio, but I'm going to try to go to Vegas or Orlando next year. Thank you. Vault 95 Survivor. As a low-quality fig, Jeremy keeps a spare graphics card just in case Beardo trips and falls, spilling his Bud Light into his computer. And then John Getz for $1. While you're in San Antonio, may I recommend Howl at the Moon, a fun little bar with dueling pianos playing some nights. The Ripley's Museum is fun, too. We visited the Alamo, and my sister didn't know we lost.
Nice. All right, here.
Remember.
This is I'll show this one, though. This isn't the Beardo fall, but this was funny as fuck, dude. So this was right here. Here we go. Watch this. They want you. Yeah. So here. I just need to go stretch my legs. So take over for a minute. I'll be back in just a minute.
That means you have to go pee.
Oh.
What are these headphones?
What's up, legends? How we doing? Great, this camera angle makes me look like I'm more bald than usual.
It does look bald. It's so fun.
Like right there, it looks completely bald.
I have hair. I look like my fucking dad right now.
I'll try to find where he fell.
Dragon Wise for Mom and Mom are fighting. This is what happens when their cycles sync up. This is why I tell Jeremy to stay away from Orlando. Eric Stratton for 777. G&G Clips. No, G&G 2. No, how about G&G Basement? No one uses that. We'll get millions of subs.
Yeah, I was thinking about calling it like G&G Basement. Nobody has that name. And what idiot would use a name like their channel or their brand with basement? Like, what kind of fucking idiot would do that? So I think we might try to.
Yeah, it's like one step above, like, if I called my channel Drunk 3PO's Bathroom.
Yeah.
Drunk 3PO's Basement.
That would be a stupid name.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Jeremy Figamus Prime for 10. Figs and Gamers, a Jeremy Prime story. Siskel and Ebert give it 4 out of 5 dildos. Sir Sonny's missing Dehunka Hankulus for 5. The Joker is Hamill's most honest role. The man is a demented clown.
Pretty much.
Big D, bet you $5 she still votes in November.
She will.
McCawk, y'all like my Jeremy selfie profile picture? Looks spot on. Sukudi's nuts for 199. Just vote it for Kamala. Ask for a paper ballot instead. Lance Finn, remember 14 months. I've never seen anyone post more about Trump's Deke than Mark Hamill. He needs help. What did you think of Trump talking about Arnold Palmer's massive schlong the other day?
He went on this weird like rant, not rant, but like he was just.
It was like 45 seconds, yeah, where he's like, I gotta tell you, they don't want me to say, I gotta tell you, the other golfers in there, professional athletes, they saw him in the shower. That's a man right there. Dude, what are you talking about?
Trump is a trip, dude.
That was weird.
Like, he went on the Undertaker podcast. Have you heard about this?
I know he was on the podcast, but I don't know exactly what you're going to bring up.
All he did, so Donald Trump goes onto the Undertaker podcast to be interviewed by the Undertaker. It was literally an hour of Donald Trump interviewing the Undertaker. He was
asking him shit about.
It's all he did. Like Taker might have got 2 questions in. The whole time it was Trump like asking Taker questions about the wrestling industry and like, have you ever been hurt? Who's the best guys? The traveling schedule. Vince's.
That's how he got into the Rock topic, right?
Yes. Yeah. Like it's like, dude, it was actually good though, because if you actually think about it, like Undertaker's audience would not really care to hear Donald Trump talk about policy based off policy questions from the Undertaker. But they would absolutely love to hear Donald Trump ask the Undertaker about professional wrestling. You know what I mean? It's fucking genius.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just, dude's a. Did you hear him talk about how difficult the French fries job is. He's like, this. It was
It's
so good.
complicated. Yeah.
It was so fucking funny. I'm
You
like,
got to
this
put it
dude-
down. You got to push a button.
And he was just like, he was so serious about like how tough of a job it is. I'm trying to find it right now, but yeah, he was passionate about like, this is a very, very difficult job.
I love the question. It was like, now that you've done this job, what do you think about raising minimum wage? And he's like, you know what? These people are great people here. You know, great, talented, hard workers.
Here it is, right?
It requires expertise. I'm going through the French fry stuff. It's a whole big process, and it requires great expertise actually to do it right and to do it fast. Yeah. Well, I do appreciate it. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, you take it for granted. You say, "Give me French fries." I'll never forget this experience. Okay. Now I know how to do it, and it's very good. But you know what? It's beautiful. It's clean. It's really nice. You never touch them.
Never touched by the human hand.
The hand, and I don't like that. And they don't do it that way. You never touch them. It's really great. So I want to thank you all for coming out, and we're going to see you soon. We'll see you at the next stop, and then we'll see you later on at the game.
It requires great expertise.
I wonder what like every 16-year-old stoner is thinking right now as they're dunking fries repetitively for 8 hours on their shift. Listening to a billionaire and a former president say it requires expertise to do their job. Oh, God. Oh.
Holy shit.
I do love McDonald's fries, though.
Dude,
Nothing better.
We talked about this a few times, but when McDonald's fries are fresh, there is no better fry. There's no better fry. The problem is a lot of times they're not fresh.
Yeah. I had Whataburger when I got here to Texas, and damn, those fries are good, too. Those french fries are really fucking good.
We had In-N-Out Burger the first day here in Texas. Fantastic. Fantastic. The fries are the weakest
a Texas
part.
tradition, unlike any other.
The fries are the weakest part of In-N-Out, but I think the fries are fine. I think they're fine. They're not top tier like McDonald's, but they're good. Freddy's. Have you had Freddy's?
I had a bad experience at Freddy's.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
It's you. What happened?
They took forever to get my shit. Every single person that got there in front of me was getting their stuff way before me. I fucking had to complain.
Normal.
The person didn't give a shit. I eventually just fucking left. I hate Freddy's. Never been back after that one experience.
That sounds like a typical Ryan experience. Ryan has bad experiences everywhere. Yes,
but that was the first one I ever had at Freddy's. I'm never going back.
So I don't eat McDonald's a lot anymore. But I did when we left Florida. Me and Beardo and Krista, we stopped at a McDonald's, and guess what? I go in there to order. Guess what? Or went to the drive-through, and guess what? Fucking fucked it up. I had to go in and get it. I was like, "What the hell, bro? Like, how is it so bad?" And then going into a McDonald's, because I haven't been in one in a long time, it is so depressing to go inside of a McDonald's right now. It is depressing. There is no personality whatsoever. It's a literal bank inside there. It's terrible. I hate it.
Guess what? Unless Donald Trump happens to be working there, I don't want to interact any more than I have to with any fucking McDonald's employee ever, which is why I go the drive-through.
I typically hate going to the drive-through.
But all respect to Donald Trump for out there doing what he's doing. Doesn't require any expertise, and a lot of people working there fucking suck ass. So no, I don't want to have to deal with them at any point in time more than I have to.
I respect that.
But shout out to the hard workers of McDonald's out there. McGangbang. I always order an Arnold Palmer with my Big Mac. You order a massive hog with your Big Mac. McGangbangs are good. Dr. Kaladin for 2. I suggested 2 Geeks, 2 Gamers years ago and stand by.
Yeah.
Accident Seller.
Monday.
Should I do it? I'm going to do it. Wow.
I was wondering how you were going to sound that one out.
I don't know. Samuel B. Go to Pinkerton's Barbecue. It's on West Houston Street in San Antonio. Used to go there all the time when I lived there. Not the best, but damn good Texas barbecue experience. Get some beef ribs. What about Geeks and Gussie for a new channel name? Thank you, Tano.
Sky's the limit.
McMeltdown. Video card died. Civil War. Ah! Toxic masculinity. I remember on a live stream, you couldn't find the Apprentice seasons with Trump. Did you find them? If not, I'll have all 10 seasons by the end of the week.
Well, there's more. I thought there was more. If you include the Celebrity Apprentice, isn't there more than 10? I think there's like 15. But yes, I
was never into that show at all. Dude,
the Celebrity Apprentice was great. I talked about this last night. So the regular Apprentice was it was fine. I wasn't too into that one. It was a huge success, but I didn't watch it. But when the Celebrity Apprentice started, that was fucking great. Then that made me go back and watch the original Apprentice. I love that show, man. I thought it was fantastic.
Marilor, man. Myself, and I, that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now, I'm going to be my own best. Thank you. Is that a fucking My Little Pony?
I don't know.
Maybe that's a My Little Pony mixed with Sailor Moon. Weird. John Ambler with 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, John Ambler. That's 30 gifted memberships on this stream.
Let's go.
Dustin Echoes 199. Ryan, so cute you finally checked in on Dan, right? Who? No, I did not check in on Dan Vask. I said it once, I'll say it again. Men don't check in on other men.
Ryan has never checked in on me.
No, men check in on women they want to have sex with. That's the bottom line, and I'm sticking to it. Accident Seller for 20. G&G Basement, that's almost as bad as Accident Seller. Yeah. 234, Beardo Fall.
Thank you. I needed that. 234. Got it.
Could call it Geeks and Gamers Closet, but then Jeremy would come out of it, and Ryan would be so deep in, we'd never see him again. Thank you, Tobias. Sneaky Singy for 5. Jeremy, please tell me you saw Pierce Morgan's episode with Vince Russo going at Phil Mushnick. It was glorious, to say the least.
I watched about half of it, and yeah, that was that entire panel walked right into Pierce's trap. It was absolutely fantastic to see. If I would have been on that panel, I probably would have made that show a lot more viral. Simply because everybody on that panel, all the former WWE people are like, all they did is shit all over Vince. They shit all over Vince. Vince is bad. Vince is this. Vince is horrible. He's the worst person ever. Blah, blah, blah. Even though they all fucking worked for him for all these years, Vince is terrible. Then Piers brought up Phil Mushnick, who historically has been a hater of professional wrestling and Vince McMahon for decades. Dude has always had a hate boner for Vince. When they brought up Phil Mushnick, who is public enemy number 1 in wrestling, they all kind of started defending Vince against Phil Mushnick. Well, then, out of nowhere, Piers brings Phil Mushnick into the show while he was listening to them rip him apart. And then suddenly they all started to defend Vince when Phil Mushnick was on the show. It's like, I don't like Phil Mushnick, but at least the man's been consistent. He's consistently hated Vince McMahon. He's consistently said Vince McMahon's a piece of shit.
He's the New York Post writer, right?
Yep. Yeah. He's consistently hated.
I didn't know anything. That Netflix documentary is actually good for me because I didn't know a bunch of that shit.
It's a very normie-friendly documentary. Like, I knew 95% of everything in that documentary already. But for people that didn't know it, it was very good from that perspective. But yeah, so Piers basically just twisted them all up. And then here they are defending Vince now. It's like, you just said, Maven's like, oh, Vince, I had a kind of a bad match. It wasn't like the worst match, but it was a little like, it was middle of the road match. And I walked through the curtains and Vince McMahon just yells at me and says, if you need to decide if this is the business you want to be in and you need to start tightening up. That was a criticism of Vince McMahon. What the fuck are we talking about? It's absolutely insane. Anyway,
being held to a standard,
yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. All right, here's the here's what they're talking about from last night's Cobra Cast. Here we go. Come out, meet you. Yeah, gonna be fun to meet MC.
going to bed.
He just fell.
Was that real?
What just happened? Hang on, let's see if I can get the fucking internet to work here. Of course, I got shitty internet. I couldn't tell. I had no idea what was going on at the time. Yeah, my internet sucks. So I'm trying to make it play one more time. We'll see if I can make it work. If it wasn't staged, he made it look. I mean, if it was staged, he made it look really good. But yeah, my internet will not play right now.
Why was he walking by so fast like that?
I'm trying to play it again, chat. I'm trying to play it again. Play it in slow motion. All right. Well, I can't pull it up. So it's just thinking right now. I'm even refresh. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right. All right. Here we go. So you want me to slow mo it? Meet you. Yeah, gonna be fun to meet him. All right. So what should I slow it down to?
Half
like
is
5.
fine. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Like, what did he trip on?
I got a bunch of lights and wires back there.
I'm going to bed.
Did he have something in his mouth? Or did he like hit his face on the ground?
Yeah, gonna be fun to MC.
I'm going to bed.
Well, even if I don't know. I have no idea if he was trying to do it or not, but it feels like it was probably staged.
That's my guess right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And my guess is because of the way he fell and the fact that his hands were heading down so quickly.
Yeah.
I think it was staged.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot of more momentum if he was actually.
Yes,
know,
that's what
yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't even know he fell. So, Pre-Dawn Corpse for $50. Jeremy, play GI Joe PSA Kids Fry, please. Also, will you be playing Black Ops 6 Thursday or Friday? He's not going to be playing Black Ops 6 Thursday or Friday.
I won't be playing Black Ops 6 because I'm not. I'll be back Sunday. And I will be playing Black Ops next week for sure, along with all of the streaming that I'm going to be doing with the political stuff. Hang on, that's GI Joe PSA. Joe PSA what?
Kids Fry.
Kids Fry. Okay. All right. You can move on. I'll find it.
Okay. Real Game for 20. Been watching you guys since The Last Jedi. I just launched my channel. I discuss real life topics with gamer terminology with a comedic twist. First upload's about PvP players, and Trump is on the list. Also, Jeremy, it's okay to be gay.
Well, thank you. A lot of people have been watching since the TLJ days, and that's just awesome, man, that people are still here. I don't know why people are still here, but they are, and it's greatly appreciated. So, and we will continue to move forward and continue to make content. I should make a video for this channel. Man, my videos were doing so good, and then I kind of fell off. Like, I haven't done one in like 7 days. All my videos are doing really good, too.
Just like Zelda.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
What is this? Just look at the door, Johnny. Look.
Oh, shit. I got it on.
You're still in half speed.
I was
probably.
wondering, I was like, what the fuck is happening here right now?
Yeah, yeah.
My boy Barbecue. My boy Barbecue.
What is this? Just look at the door, Johnny. Look.
G.I. Joe.
Pre-Dawn Corpse always have me pull up this shit. Barbecue's one of my
Was
favorite.
I supposed to understand that in any way, or
Barbecue is one of my favorite Joe action figures. I wish he got more love in the animated series, but yeah, no, Ryan, it's a little over your head, buddy.
I don't. I have no idea what any of that was supposed to fucking be.
Well over your head, buddy.
Apparently. But speaking of in over their heads, all the hags at the View who came after Zachary Levi when he decided to come out and openly support Donald Trump. When Zachary Levi came out and did say that he endorses Donald Trump for president of the United States, that he was on a mission to help make America great again, he certainly knew he was going to be the target of a lot of backlash from the Hollywood elites, and he was, including from the hags over at The View. Whoopi Goldberg shuts down Zachary Levi's claim that his Trump endorsement could be career suicide because Hollywood is so liberal. More BS. And just to remind everybody of Whoopi Goldberg's incredible take here, let's listen to the highly respected Whoopi Goldberg herself.
Oh boy, here we go.
We are going to take back this country. We are going to make it great again.
Within my industry, as you can probably imagine, Hollywood is
Just making sure you can hear this Zachary Levi clip,
yes,
right?
I can hear it. Yes.
Thank fucking God.
a town, and this very well could constitute career suicide.
So, okay. That's not necessarily true. From the beginning of Hollywood, it's always been a very right-leaning town. But yeah. I know you don't know much about the Hollywood history, so let me school you. Uh-oh. We are, like America is, we're mixed. We're a mixed bunch. And sometimes it may seem like there's more Democrats, and sometimes it seems like there's more Republicans. But
to even make the claim right now that that's the case is insane. Yes, congratulations. It may have looked a little bit different 70 fucking years ago. Guess what? Where you could sit on a bus may have been a little different 70 years ago, Whoopi Goldberg. It doesn't mean that America is exactly the same as it was back then. Doesn't mean that Hollywood is exactly the same way as it was back then. Overwhelmingly, the vast majority of public-facing people out there in the entertainment industry, the only things you hear from them are left-wing political views because they're not allowed to espouse another opinion.
That's right. This is a massive piece of projection right here. Which should always, I mean, does anyone actually listen to Whoopi Goldberg for an informed opinion at this point in time? Does anybody?
I mean, other stupid women. I think that's the target demographic for The View. So
yeah, I mean, she's on record like she used to love Donald Trump. She used to love Donald Trump. She used to worship Donald Trump. He's been on The View before. I don't know if she was on when he was on The View, but I think she was. She used to worship this guy just like everybody else in Hollywood. But the idea that Hollywood has any type of mindset where you're allowed to, like, who in Hollywood right now is a prominent Trump supporter that hasn't had their, and I mean, I'm not talking like a Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt has never publicly said he supports Trump. I think we all assume he does, but who is a prominent Trump supporter who has not had their career affected in Hollywood?
Well, and she brings up, she could name two things, and one of them, let's listen to what she says right here, actually.
Truth of the matter is, very few people seem to bite it because they're Republican. John Voight, who is working.
John Voight is the one name that she can come up with. And John Voight, I think, I don't know when the last time I saw John Voight in anything like big that was relevant necessarily. He's certainly been very outspoken about his political views. Someone else has to bring up Dennis Quaid.
Yep.
Right here.
Dennis Quaid, who is working. People are working. Stop that. It's more BS.
And Zachary Levi responded to some of this yesterday in his Instagram Live. And he says the idea that you could only come up with two names should tell you something. And you can bring up people like James Woods. James Woods certainly has had his political career hurt by his political opinions. He even was asked to take his name off of Oppenheimer so that they wouldn't get any backlash for it. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We'll let Zachary Levi talk a little bit here. Maybe.
to Goldberg and to Sonny and to all of the folks at The View. I don't think it's accurate to say that somehow Hollywood is both a liberal and a conservative town. To Whoopi's point, back in the day, there might have been a bit more of a balance, you know. And there have always been more, let's say, conservative leaning stars that have been able to say those things. But you really have to be at a certain level of your career in order to get away with it. Number one. But number two, that was also back then. And I think naming just Jon Voight and Dennis Quaid, and really you only named Jon Voight, Whoopi. Somebody else had to help you with Dennis Quaid. Of actors in Hollywood that you could only name two, I think actually speaks to that. And what that means is there's plenty, and by the way, they have sent me lots of messages, plenty of people in my industry in Hollywood that are terrified to publicly say that they would vote for Donald Trump or be conservative in any way. That's why you don't see them. That's why they're not very prevalent or prominent, because they know that there's ramifications for this kind of shit. But like I said, y'all, our industry is going to be fucking gonzo. Like it already is. We're getting eroded. The pandemic and the strikes and all of these things, they've already eroded it so much. So, you know, my cry to all of you out there, you closeted conservatives, closeted Trump voters, y'all, it's now or never. I don't, you know what I mean? Like I do whatever you feel like you need to do. If you need to come out publicly and say it, if you feel like you still can't, then don't. You know, I would never pressure you to that. But know that if what you're afraid of is somehow the backlash of an industry that's not going to exist very soon, then don't let that hold you back.
How long has he been this outspoken? Like, I know this is recently he's been talking about like this. How long have we known he's a Trump supporter, Zachary Levi?
Well, to be honest, he wasn't a Trump supporter, like a Trump supporter, until very recently. He endorsed RFK a long time before, and it wasn't until RFK endorsed Trump that he came out and did as well. But when you look at some of the movies that he's decided to make, like that Kurt Warner movie, when you look at some of the things he's said, it was clear that he had probably closer to more like traditional type of values than a lot of other people in the industry. But in terms of getting overtly political like that, not too much. And like I said, I think in his ideal world, and he's even said it at these events he's at, like RFK is like where he's aligned more so than just with Donald Trump.
Right. And then with Quaid, when did Dennis Quaid become an outspoken Trump supporter? I have to feel like that's fairly recent too.
Well, probably definitely within the last 8 years.
So,
but you know, other than that,
well,
I
know,
don't know.
Like I said, I mean, Dennis Quaid, I've only recognized him being a Trump supporter in the past year. My point being is that how can you even say that his career, again, if I'm wrong, that's fine. I haven't heard about Dennis Quaid being like this prominent Trump supporter until just recently. So the argument that Dennis Quaid's a career has not been affected by his support for Trump I don't know if that's necessarily accurate, because it's not like he's been out there supporting Trump, at least in my mind. I haven't heard anything about it. Randy Quaid, 100%. Randy Quaid's been really outspoken. Randy Quaid's been outspoken for a long time.
Yes.
But like that's actually, and then of course we know Jon Voight.
And I think
Jon
one of the
Voight's
things that's
been out
changed
there a long time.
One of the things that's changed is Trump. Because it did feel like Dennis Quaid, right? I think like you could tell he was conservative, but when it comes to Trump, it's not different. Things have changed. Part of it's Trump, part of it's culture in general, that over the last 8 years or so, it became not okay at all to espouse any sort of conservative beliefs. And sure, are people going to come and attack, I don't know, Clint Eastwood, the 90-year-old Clint Eastwood, for being a conservative? Probably not so much, but guys who are more relevant to what's going on right now, a lot of them are petrified to actually say who they might politically support. And personally, I think that's the way that it should remain. I don't think we should know who these actors support politically. I quite frankly don't give a fuck. And I think if your decision hinges on a celebrity endorsement, you might be fucking retarded. But that being said, if one side is allowed to go out and do all this campaign, all this bullshit, and the other side gets vilified, there's a problem with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in a perfect world, you don't care about their opinions, and that you shouldn't really be subjected to them. But the reality of it is now with social media, we unfortunately have to know all of these fucking celebrities' opinions. And when you're left leaning, it's okay for you to publicize that and talk about that. When you're right leaning, not so much. And so Whoopi Goldberg, wrong as usual, retarded as usual, not surprising. And I agree with Ryan on, like, if your political opinion and your vote relies on a celebrity endorsement, holy shit, man, you got a lot of problems in life.
On either side, yeah.
Yeah, like 100%. Like, and I try not to let like the politics of somebody affect my view of them as an actor. Sometimes like with Mark Hamill, it's impossible to avoid. You just can't. Like, Mark Hamill's just such a psychopath. But like somebody like CM Punk, I'm a huge fan of CM Punk, the wrestler. Phil Brooks is a fucking left-leaning loser that I disagree on everything with. But as a wrestler, I think he's fantastic. Somebody else is fantastic is Alec Baldwin's finger for 50 gifted memberships. 50. ABF, don't miss. Are you back? Are you back in the States now, ABF?
I think he is.
Trip? Thank you, Alec.
I saw
Baldwin's
some posts
finger.
about him doing like a recap of his trip to Peru, so I think that means that he was back.
And by the way, don't forget tomorrow is the meetup, and we're gonna have a fuck ton of Geeks and Gamers merchandise, like a lot. This is the most merch that we have ever brought. We got a lot that we got brand new IDOT shirts. We've got the Snake Pit Battalion shirts that we were selling last year. We've got the regular Geeks and Gamers shirts. We got hats. We got stickers. We've got Geeks and Gamers hoodies. So I'm looking forward to everybody showing up tomorrow, and it should be one of our biggest meetups we've ever done. It's going to be great.
Primal Mike for 5. Remember, it's going to be 3 to 4 days to count the ballots because they have to take them all out of the envelopes and unfold them. Accident Seller. Next, Trump builds a gamer PC with Van Dask. Madney for 5. Shad posts on Twitter that Twilight Vampire could literally rip Blade apart without even trying. Thoughts?
Yeah.
As much as Shad's trying to trigger everybody, when you do look at like the power of like the vampires in Twilight, they're super fucking fast, right? And I think that was kind of his point. Whereas Blade's fucking awesome against the vampires in his world. The vampires in Twilight are like different power scaling. Lean back, have a snack, take a nap for 10. Geeks and Gamers ready up. Sounds kind of cool, but also kind of gay. Perfect fit for you guys. Hail! Have a great meetup. Thank you, Lean back. Giants fan for 5. Jeremy's take on college football is gay, but not in a regular take, it in the butt way, but a creepy Ruben rent-a-womb steal your child kind of way. Thank you, Giants fan. Aki, Winnie the Pooh, went to a grassroots steamed bun shop once for publicity a couple years back. People still call him the Bun Emperor covertly. Thank you. David Toscano for 5. It would be great if y'all come to a Comic-Con here in Waco. Couldn't make it to San Antonio.
Maybe
we can't go to every single town, unfortunately, but we are in the San Antonio area this week.
That's right.
Cole Hauser, Trump should nominate Ryan as the fast food czar. I'll do it. I would be much more about the taste and the customer service more so than I got to use a beef tallow. They started using seed oils, and I don't give a fuck.
Was that your RFK?
It was, yes.
It's not as good as Beardo's.
I've never heard Beardo's.
Really?
But no, I've never heard RFK's or Beardo's RFK. But I don't care about healthy. I'm going to eat fast food, so I could give two shits about the health level of what I'm putting in my mouth at that point in time.
Well, I do agree with that.
I care about taste. That's it. Bottom line. Corn Boy for 2. Thanks. Daniel Pace for 5. You guys and your gang need to come to Malta Comic-Con next year or the next.
Where's that at?
I don't fucking know.
Ryan's all about traveling the country to all the Comic-Con.
It's in Europe. No, it's in Europe somewhere.
Oh.
Isn't that in Greece?
Can you guys listen? Can we please just every daily? Can you guys send super chats and ask Ryan to go to every like all these cons, these random like cons? He really enjoys that.
Yeah, I think Malta's like right next to Greece somewhere in Europe. I don't fucking know.
Here's Beardo. He's gonna show you on RFK. All right,
let's hear it.
Here.
What am I reading here?
You're supposed to do your RFK voice.
Is there a super chat I can read for it?
You just got to make it up.
Just make it up? Son of a bitch.
Well, here you go. There you go.
Okay. We got John Ambler with the $5. It says only 20 in these streams so far. Day is still young. That's about it.
That's pretty solid. All
right, guys. All right, man. I'll see you later.
See ya.
All right. There we go.
Sinister mustache for 5. You guys seen the Big Fig mattress? It's for fats. I believe so, yes. Mikey Gussler for 5. I'm seeing Justin Timberlake tomorrow at Nationwide in Columbus Day with my mom, since that was her Mother's Day gift. Do you two want a shirt or other merch? I think I'm okay on JT stuff. I actually like my entire closet's full of Justin Timberlake merch, so I'm good for now, Mikey. But I appreciate the gesture and the sentiment.
I will say, JT, I thought like
great entertainer.
Dude, he's fantastic. It feels like he's fallen off the last few years, though.
I don't think he's trying to stay. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
but even like that Man in the
where...
Woods album was really awkward. Like that was like 5 years ago. And
I just want the NSYNC reunion tour.
Yes, bring NSYNC back. By the way, NSYNC greater than Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
Joey Fatone's already doing stuff at Disney all the time. He's still doing stuff. Lance Bass sometimes comes out there and performs with them. So,
again, this is what the toxic alpha males at Geeks and Gamers talk about: boy bands.
Justin Timberlake's Super Bowl performance was awesome.
It was pretty good, but
yeah.
Okay, have you ever heard his? Version of Hallelujah?
I don't think so.
It's in my opinion, it's the best version ever. It's fucking fantastic. Look that shit up. That dude's good.
No. Madney, Ryan, just checking in. How are you? Not gay. So.
I want to hear Ryan. I want to see Ryan driving around listening to Justin Timberlake sing Hallelujah.
Well, I've got several versions of Hallelujah like saved to my Spotify, but I don't need another one. Accident seller. Ryan doesn't check in on other men. He checks them out. Thank you. John Papa Sergio. You have Cobra Cast. Why not Geeks and Gamers?
Except for Dan. Dan's is better. Dan, don't get mad at me, Dan. Dan's is better.
Geeks and Gamers Classified.
Like for like the G.I. Joe Classified.
Exalted Patriarch Celebrity Apprentice Classic. Meatloaf loses his shit at Gary Busey and wasn't about to put hands on him. And John Rich hollers out, "Meat, don't do it." Every time I think, so I saw when I was in New York, went to a show and it was like Beauty and the Beast on stage, right? And it was whatever. It's fine. Obviously, I know the movie. Musical's the same way. But at the end, when the Beast fucking gets transformed and reveal is supposed to be this like prince, super handsome prince, I could not stop laughing because the dude looked like fucking Meatloaf. It was like, you would have been better off staying the other way, buddy. Like that was the wrong casting for whoever was supposed to be the prince in that transformation. You must have been Meatloaf's twin, I swear to God.
Hey, Jonathan says, I know this isn't a trading channel, but I'm up $1,500 for the day, and I'm happy about that. Cheers. Well, congratulations, sir. We'll start a trade channel too here.
No, we won't. Joel Rees, poor Beardo, his noodle legs gave out. David Lepper, Sonic Shadows Generation censored. Play Penny's big breakaway instead. The game was made by the devs of Sonic Mania.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm a little
I saw-
behind on a lot of my gaming news because
I saw, and yeah, I can't say that I'm super passionate about some furry person not having as big a tits, I guess, but I don't really care about those games. If you care about those games, I'm sure it matters. But might be a question for Tobias to answer about the autonomy of a weird hedgehog. Or
Breaking
anatomy of a
news,
weird
Ryan.
hedgehog.
Breaking news.
What?
Eminem will introduce Barack Obama at a campaign rally for Kamala Harris tonight in Detroit.
Don't
Is that going to sway your vote, Ryan?
No. I might vomit on my sweater, though.
Who's falling off worse, M or Howard Stern? It is Howard Stern. Howard Stern's still the worst. Howard Stern's fall off so bad, dude.
When he's still actively doing things, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Raven Black Sparrow looks staged to me, but on that note, catch y'all tomorrow night at the meetup. Thank you. J-Trip Beardo. No. Over on Rumble, Pat for $1. How many more times is Alabama going to lose and have we have to hear Jeremy yell, "My Dixie wrecked it"?
I think that there's at least two more losses, potentially 4 more losses this year for Bama. And then Nick Saban's going to fucking come back at the end of the year. It's going to be fucking awesome.
John Getz for $1. Trump, Steelers had their best game, maybe ever, some people say. They threw more than they have since I was president. I'm the best for Pittsburgh. They do better when I'm here. Tomlin loves me. John Getz for another $1. I drive for work, and apps are the way to go if you don't want to talk to fast food people. Plus, easier to make little mods without sounding like an ass over the intercom. DeBrew that do for $28 on Rumble says, stop pretending anyone's surprised Beardo's weak legs couldn't support him.
Hey, here's the Halloween IDOT shirt that people are starting to get in. So really awesome design. Love seeing that. SpaceCon shirts are arriving. The Geeks and Gamers Since 199 hats are arriving. So anyway, I appreciate you guys tagging me on Twitter. Tag me. Let me know you've got them. I love seeing that, or you can inbox me your pictures of it. We'd love to see it. So thank you guys for the support.
iCanalis for two geeks, one gamer. John Getz for $1. Steel City Con is 3 times a year. Jeremy, just write it off as a CobraCast expense since you're in a swing state. Because you want great fast food, just stop by American Natural around here. John Ambler for Beardo's Life Alert funds. Looked like he may need one. Bleeding Star. Freddy's sucks. Had the same experience. Yeah, fuck Freddy's. Cole Hauser. The Viper is coming in Barbecue's best episode.
What do you know about that, Ryan?
It's fucking a real American hero shit. Whatever. Accident Seller. What the fuck? Ryan's using Windows 11. Recall is spying on you. I don't care about you fucking nerds and like, what? Oh, you can't be running that. You gotta deactivate that. They're gonna get your. I don't care. I really don't. This is what came on this laptop that I bought fucking 2 years ago. Burb shit for 2. This sister act went from nuns to crazy Catwoman. Ryan, you even have widgets and Copilot enabled. Noob. You're from Europe. That's gayer than I could ever possibly be. Fuck you. Derek PG Beller for $1.99. Seth MacFarlane cut James Woods out of Family Guy. Operation Outstanding in Field for $5. See you all tomorrow. Crushing it in physical therapy, adaptive sports, writing and speaking engagements. Can't stop, won't stop. Hell yeah, man. Cole Hauser. Hey, Ryan, I still don't know how Janine Garofalo was able to go on 24 as Bauer was still beating people up from the East. 199 Yo Joe, praise Allah. Yeah, Janine Garofalo was in like the 7th season, but she's an insufferable character, which is good for her because she's an insufferable human being. Enormous Tits for 2 says, oh yeah. Pre-Dawn Corp says, G&G the long way. Nandy O, preach, Ryan. At this point, Taco Bell is in my bloodstream. That's right. You fucking cut me and fire sauce will come out. Scroats McGoats, stop at Pinkerton's while you're there. Get the Man Bear Big. Pre-Dawn Corpse for 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. Tobias for 2. Any cons at all? Even Ryan's favorite, FurCon?
Yes.
I'd kill myself before I went there.
Yes. We're going to get Ryan to a FurCon. It has to happen. You and Jay at a FurCon.
I can't say why you can't send me there because it would be against terms of service. Because it wouldn't really be joking. Eric K. Beardo, big gulps, huh? See you later. Linzers, meetup request for Ryan. Go to nerd shops next to Navy bases. Set those nerds straight. Tell them to get their wives in line. These Disney rainbow flags on Navy bases are getting out of control. I haven't seen any Disney rainbow flags on Navy bases, but I haven't been on any Navy bases recently either. Exalted Patriarch, Geeks Gamers Garage. Shit talking, swigging, showing off the fresh rides of Larry's with other YouTubers.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to show off my Nissan Altima in Geeks and Gamers Garage. Ligma. It's sad and offensive to hear RFK voice made fun of since my uncle's wife's daughter's side chick boyfriend had it. And it was sad to hear him speak. Thank you, Ligma. Bro, when Joe Rogan shut down, oh man, what's his name? God, how am I forgetting his name right now?
Who?
And the guy who was the comedian who was in Terror on the Prairie with Gina Carano.
Tyler. Is it Tyler? Tyler? I can't remember.
Anyway, he was doing the RFK voice, and Joe Rogan was like, "Yeah, don't do that. You shut him the fuck down."
The RFK voice is funny.
Yeah,
I like RFK.
Like
Tyler Fisher.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
In all seriousness, there's some things I agree with RFK wholeheartedly on. There's other things I vehemently disagree with him with. However, you can't have a president that sounds like that.
No.
You just can't.
No.
And that's just a reality.
Yep.
Like in the same way that you can't have a president that's, I don't know, like 3'5" or something. Like there are just some things that like can't happen, and that's one of them. You can't sound like that when you're speaking to other world leaders and shit. It doesn't matter what you're saying. Sometimes it's how you're saying it. And that doesn't mean it's fair. That's just the reality.
Yeah. I mean, the first time that like I pulled him up to listen to him on Cobra Cast, this is like, a while back now, but like, oh my God, the chat was like, what the fuck is this? And some people, that had never really heard him talk. And it is painful to listen to him, even though a lot of what he says is relevant and should be taken. And this is why it's good that he's working with the Trump campaign, because a lot of his ideas are going to be executed. But yeah, it's tough to listen to him.
I don't think I read this. I used to love him. Look how all the celebrities fall. Saban comes back with a steel chair after leaving. I'm not leaving.
Let's go.
Andre CR, breaking news. Eminem will introduce it into Obama tonight.
Yeah.
Kamala's rally.
Whoop-de-doo.
Pat for $1. Ryan has red dye 40 running through his veins. Yeah, I probably do, and I'm perfectly fine. If a little bit of food dye in your food kills you, you're a fucking pussy. That's what I think. But anyway, we're all caught up.
We are all caught up. You got Rumble?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we are at the end of another Geeks Gamers Daily. We've got Tuesday night's main event tonight. I don't know exactly what time Tuesday night's main event is happening yet. So as soon as we get that information, I will make a link and we'll see all of you tonight. And let's see. There we go.
Ryan, Barbershop Quartet with UJ, Beardo, and Epic Mike. You could be called Ryan and the Tards or Ryan and the IDOTs.
Ryan and the IDOTs sounds great. What do you guys think about that?
I don't have my shirt yet, so, I can't.
I'm pretty sure Ryan would be all about that. All right. That would be perfect. Yes. Will there be a Cobra Cast tonight? Probably. It'll be after main event. But yeah, I'm all about just streaming and covering everything. So yeah, I'm going to cover whatever's going on in the political world too. So main event happening later. Then we have Cobra Cast. And of course, tomorrow night we have the big meetup here in San Antonio. So we look forward to seeing all of you there. Ryan, what positivity are you spreading throughout the wonderful state of Texas?
HIV.
And there you go. All right. Check out Geeks and Gamers 2. Make sure you subscribe to that channel. And we appreciate all of your support.
Taker, day after Christmas, Bears vs. Hawks at Soldier Field. Well, that's awesome. I'm sorry we're going to ruin your Christmas.
There we go. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate all of you. Have a great day. And we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.